Welcome home. Your home away from home. Your home beyond home. Your home behind the beyond. Here we are, once again. I'm your host, Skinnee White. You are my listener, and you're listening to Toast, most haunted live stream east of the Smokies. It's August 5th, and the Mysteries from Behind the Beyond Summer Jam is already proving to be an existential crisis. I've been randomly snapping at people. My very young son told me that I should take a nap yesterday, and then asked if he could loan me some money. If these are not signs of victory, then I have no idea what victory even is. I'll tell you one thing, Chet. I'll tell you what it isn't. It's not a content-starved ego fest propped on the shoulders of people who shouldn't be in broadcasting at all. Now, the same cannot be said for Ghost Blazers, the host of which is a guest tonight. His name is Jake Keener, and he is the founder and lead investigator of Ghost Blazers, which does not air every Thursday at 11:30 p.m. on the Sci-Fi channel. So let's get right down to it. I already have Jake on the line. Mr. Keener, Jake Keener, are you there?
I am. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Thank you for joining us.
It's nice to be on kind of like a late night show that nobody listens to.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
It's almost like you can say anything. You know what?
Because nobody cares.
It's nice to interview the host
Nobody's listening.
of a ghost hunting program that nobody watches.
Well, let's have a good interview.
Yeah.
Right? Sounds like, is that a car alarm?
Oh, you hear that? That's my car alarm going off.
Did you want to check that out? Or
No. Ever since they rolled out 5G, that happens pretty consistently all the time, as does the vertigo.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And the sudden strange voices at night.
I sometimes wonder if 5G is meant to be some sort of
weapon,
like, gateway to the other side.
Well, if it kills us all, then it's definitely a gateway to the other side.
We've been experimenting with usage of 5G in some of our equipment in paranormal investigation.
And what kind of devices have you come up with?
Well, we took a spirit box and we upgraded it to 5G. So,
correct me if I'm wrong. I'm just the host of a paranormal program, not a scientist of any sort. I do have a science degree
whatever.
In film.
Okay.
But I thought that a spirit box is pulling from AM and FM radio frequency.
That's correct. It sort of scans between...
Station surfing.
In between these different AM, FM radio frequencies. That's right.
Right. It's picking up sounds and pieces of sounds from the radio.
Mm-hmm.
So my question is, how would upgrading to 5G affect that device?
Well, that's what we're investigating. We still haven't come to any conclusion on how 5G affects any of our devices.
So you've begun installing 5G receivers or transmitters in these devices?
You'd have to talk to our tech guy,
okay,
Kevin. My skills are research and keeping the team together, leadership.
Let's talk about that. Once again, for anybody just tuning in, you, Jake Keener, are the leader of a paranormal investigative group or unit or crack team or whatever called Ghost Blazers.
That's correct. I'm the leader.
Right. So you're the founder.
No.
No?
I mean, sort of. I started out with my buddy, but he turned into an asshole.
Who was your buddy?
It doesn't matter. I'm the leader now.
You seem to enjoy that, Mr. Keener.
Well, every ghost hunting team needs a strong leader.
Of course.
I'm very physically strong. I go to the gym twice a day, sometimes once a day, but usually twice a day.
Intimidating.
And that makes me a threat, I think, to
ghosts,
the spirits. But it also, at the same time, it makes me a threat to my team because I'm easily possessed. I think the spirits can see that I would be the most dangerous person for them to commandeer.
To commandeer, to hijack you like a vehicle.
Well, when you use spirit logic, it makes sense.
Let's talk about spirit logic.
Sure, yeah, we could do
Mr.
that.
Keener, what are your insights on the way that a spirit thinks?
Well,
What is its logic?
So there are different types of spirits, as you know. There are intelligent hauntings and residual hauntings. And with the intelligent hauntings, sometimes you end up with something like a demon or an elemental kind of entity.
Right, like something that never lived a human life.
That's correct.
Necessarily, right. At any point. It's been walking the earth as some eldritch
and demon
being.
An elemental or demon.
And what is its thought process? Since
like,
you seem to be familiar with it.
It feeds off of the emotional states of the living and lives as like a chaotic being. It takes the worst in you and capitalizes on it.
So it's basically a Hollywood producer.
I don't appreciate that comment. I realize that you were trying to make a joke or whatever, but I don't really appreciate that comment.
Finally, because we're there. Because we've arrived there, Mr. Keener. You are a Hollywood producer. Or at least you find yourself a Hollywood producer now.
Well, I'm a showrunner. I have a show.
If that's not where you began. I'm guessing that that's not where you began.
I am and always have been a paranormal investigator.
Right. But now you're a West Coast producer of a television program.
That doesn't mean that I'm not a paranormal investigator.
I understand.
Which I am and always have been.
I get that, but now you have a bottom line, Mr. Keener. You see, you're not guaranteed to get results on any given paranormal investigation.
Well, that's
right. Okay, but simultaneously you have an obligation to entertain your viewers.
If you see paranormal investigations as a form of entertainment, then sure.
So as a matter of course, then that entertainment might require you to throw your tech guy into a folding table in the middle of an investigation.
That wasn't me. That was a demon called the Manishi. That was I know the investigation that you're talking about.
Do you? Because that's happened on 3 different investigations that you've attacked a team member.
That's not entirely...
Full bore, man. WWE.
That's not entirely accurate.
And those are just times that you've attacked.
By a demon. Or elemental, I'm not sure. In one case, I'm sure that it was a demon, but the other 2 may or may not have been elementals.
And what is the difference between a demon and an elemental?
I think that everybody has a pretty good understanding of what a demon is. It's, kind of a biblical...
It's a bad spirit.
It's a religious thing, so...
An evil spirit.
If you're into that. But an elemental is like, there could be...
Mm-hmm.
Like a grass elemental or a rock type elemental.
Like Pokemon.
I'm not familiar with Pokemon. I don't know anything about that. Clearly you do.
I know a little bit.
But what do you know about the paranormal? You're hosting a show that deals with the paranormal. What do you know about that?
I see. Mr. Keener, we're pointing the same dagger at each other here. So
sure.
It's clearly this interview has become hostile. So we're just going to treat it exactly like what it is, which is this is a debate. So here's my question. If you don't have the spiritual or mental fortitude to keep yourself from choking team members throwing them into walls and threatening them
that's not me.
And all this stuff, if you don't have the fortitude,
I don't think
the resolve to keep from doing that, then why should you be the leader of any kind of paranormal investigative group?
Because those experiences have hardened me, sir. Do you understand? Have you been possessed by ghosts, by demons, by elementals, and can you understand like the differences in the possessions between all 3 of these and what it feels like to be possessed by each of these? It's a different type of feeling for each one, and I'm educated in how to handle each of these situations because it's happened to me multiple times. I doubt that it's ever happened to you, or that you would know how to handle it if it did happen to you.
That's correct.
Okay?
I've never been possessed, Mr. Keener. I've never in my life felt that I was possessed.
Because you're weak. Because
or
you're
at least not to the extent that I'm choking people.
If a spirit tried to commandeer you and try and use you as a weapon, you'd be like...
Is it a grass type?
You would just hurt yourself more than you would other people. You probably...
Is it a fighting type?
You probably wouldn't even be able to lift a team member up to throw them into a table.
Because I don't take bull shark testosterone.
I'm not on any sort of steroids at all.
Yes, you are.
I go to the gym, I'm on a keto diet, and it's all natural.
No, it's not.
I don't appreciate...
You're a junkie.
I don't appreciate you...
You're a fraud. Parapsychology is not befitting of a human jet ski.
Now you're really pissing me off. And now I'm getting possessed.
See, there we go. He's getting possessed, folks. Watch out. The spirit, are you in a haunted environment right now, Jake?
You think it's funny? You think it's funny?
Yes.
I still have residues from the Manishi from that previous investigation, and it can come out any time. I'm pretty sure it's coming out right now.
How's it coming? Is this how you deflect when you're Stop! You're a child. You need me to find a table for you to throw somebody into, Jake Keener? This is unreal. This isn't real. Stop. Are you okay? The demon doesn't have the pipes. You're gonna give yourself a vocal bleed. Okay, so we're gonna take a quick commercial break. Be right back.
Bang, 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 bang. Milton Bradley's great new action game. Bang, bang. You blow up your balloon to make a snake. Bang, bang. Its fangs will cause the enemy snake to break. Bang, bang. A bunch of snakes in a kooky mask. Just what more could anyone ask? Bang, bang. Get bang, bang.
Dude, I'm totally sick and tired of crappy battle-based card games. Yeah, me too, bro. I wish there was something more dangerous we could play.
Careful what you wish for, losers.
Who the shit are you, dude?
I'm Skinnee White, and I've developed a new card game that will help you escape the nerd table at your local Barnes & Noble and put you directly in prison.
DA says I'll be out by tomorrow. Let's go!
Allow me to introduce you to Super Flesh River Legacy, Words of Possession.
It has a long title. I like it.
Shut up, Zoomer. You'll like anything. In Super Flesh Ripper Legacy, Lords of Possession, there are no complicated rules or stats. Simply draw a card to find your demon/Hollywood influencer and do whatever they tell you.
I got Asmodeus. It says if I let some guy from San Fernando Valley delete my parents, I could do a show with Travis Scott in my school cafeteria. I got Billie Eilish. It says shortly before your inevitable success, I'm supposed to drown you in a bathtub and make it look like an overdose. Dope. Let's go!
With demons such as Ball, Marduk, Moloch, Madonna, Trippie Redd, Tom Hanks, Cthulhu, Kevin Spacey, James Gunn, Jojo Siwa, and more. You no longer need confused TikTokers pointing you in the wrong direction. Trade cards with your buddy until you find the spiritual disease that suits you.
This one's called Flagular. It says I should let my girlfriend do an OnlyFans, but I don't have a girlfriend. I got Lilith. She says if you live stream yourself doing the drink poison challenge, you'll definitely get one. Let's go!
Who needs thinly veiled Hollywood symbolism when you can call the cards exactly as you see them?
Evil is everywhere!
Super Flesh Ripper Legacy, Lords of Possession, available now.
This is Dr. Franklin Rule, yes, and not only am I here to tell you about the nutritional value of potatoes, or the fact that they are rich in minerals and delicious, but there is a new way to prepare them, yes, and it is an invention of my own, and I call them Rule Rods. These devices are about the size of a number 2 pencil, and contain tiny fuel rods, which, when stuck inside of a potato, will cook it thoroughly, using the power of their own radioactivity, which is completely harmless, because the potatoes are covered in salt, which contains iodine. Yes, Rule Rods cook a potato without using an oven. Guy!
All right, we're back. Jake, are you done yet? It's stressful on the voice to be so possessed, isn't it?
Shut up, I'm still possessed.
It doesn't sound like it.
I'm so possessed.
Okay. All right. So in case you're just tuning in, I'm sitting here with the leader of the paranormal group Ghost Blazers,
lead investigator,
which I guess is on TV.
Lead investigator.
Anyway, their lead
investigator.
lead investigator.
Thank you.
Jake Keener.
I founded the group Ghost Blazers.
Founded the group.
I have a lifetime of paranormal expertise.
He has a lifetime of paranormal expertise.
Okay, so you're supposed to be running a paranormal show. I'm having trouble understanding why it is that you don't believe that somebody can be possessed.
I never said that.
You were making fun of the different types of demons, and the whole study of demonology is a very serious one.
I was making fun, but I think I was making fun of your presentation of the subject.
That's my job. That is my job to present these things.
And that's the problem. Go ahead.
This.
All right.
Well, why don't you finish what you were going to say? Just finish your thought, please.
Thank you. What I was going to say is that at least people see you as an authority
I think that's
on
true.
the paranormal.
That's right.
And so maybe you should treat the position with some respect.
Are we serious?
Instead of...
Are you serious right now?
No. Instead of slamming your tech guy or your co-producer or whatever
I didn't do
into tables and choking people and screaming at people
That wasn't
because
me.
you claim that
wasn't
you're
me.
possessed. And this has happened more than one
It
time.
has never been me.
This has happened 4 times.
I'm not even legally supposed to talk about this.
Okay. Can your demon talk about
Oh,
it?
screw you, dude.
No. Turn into get possessed again by an elemental or whatever, Pazuzu.
It's not something that I can do on command, and your best odds of seeing something like that are to tune into my show, Ghost Blazers.
Ghost Blazers, which airs on the Sci-Fi channel, which, I'm sorry, doesn't air on the Sci-Fi channel at...
11:30.
Was it 11:30?
Right.
Whatever. Shameless
Ghost
plug.
Blazers.
Right? Which brings me to a suspicion that I have that all of this is a ploy for you guys to sell jerky.
No, that's...
Beef jerky.
You have advertisers yourself on your show. We just there was a commercial break just
That's
now.
right. I'm not attacking the idea of advertising or even tie-in advertising or whatever it is that you want to do to fund your
It's serious work.
exploits, being possessed in blighted mental asylums while cameras are pointed at you.
And do you think that I'm letting myself be possessed so that we could sell more jerky?
No, I think that you're pretending to be possessed because
I've
you have the
already had to tell
problem-solving
you
skills of a
100
toddler. Here we go. No, we're not going to do that again.
Can I speak?
Yes.
Ghost Ranch Jerky is run by my friend Tino. He's a good guy. He has a punk band. He has a llama. And he also knows how to make jerky.
The jerky's decent.
This is an example of people with 2 different fields of expertise coming together to help each other sell their product.
Sell their product. So,
Okay?
paranormal investigations are then a product
No.
that you have to advertise.
No.
Do you see what I'm saying?
No.
If you're trying to solve the question of life after death, sir,
Yeah.
so you turn this into a television
An
program
educational...
that has to be marketed.
It's an educational program.
Whatever. You're going to have to do things or maybe encouraged to do things that satisfy your sponsors.
On occasion,
The corporate bottom line.
That's not
And
entirely
what you're
true.
doing is you're mixing the supernatural with the corporate bottom line.
Okay. And isn't that what you're doing too?
Yes.
What are you doing different from me?
I'm doing it openly. And I don't claim to be an expert.
It has
And
nothing
I'm not
to do with claims.
claiming to be possessed all the time. And I'm not committing random acts of violence on my television program that I don't have, by the way.
And you never will, sir, because you clearly
There
do
are,
not have
there are a lot of things that you have that I do not have.
100%. I can agree with you on that.
I thought you would.
Yeah.
And one of those things is apparently a ghost-flavored beef jerky,
Well, that's
Sir,
your fault.
Mr. Keener.
That is on you, bro.
And a haunted museum.
Dude, what are you talking
And a,
about? I don't
and,
have...
and
what
a
else
habit
either.
of pretending to be possessed.
Dude, would you
To try and ham it up and drive up ratings at the expense of my crew members.
Please shut up about that. That's
No.
We've been talking about that for a really long time now.
Because that represents everything wrong with
Yeah, here
what
we
you
go.
do.
You're probably going to
What
go
you
on with
do.
the argument and try and proclaim some sort of authenticity that you have that apparently anybody else dealing with the subject doesn't have.
No, authenticity is important, A.
That's
B,
right.
I'm a
That's
comedy writer with an interest in the paranormal, which is why I do what I do.
Oh, you're a comedy writer.
Maybe.
Aren't you supposed to be on strike? Yeah, that's right. Laugh.
I'm not
Go
some
ahead.
union hack.
Did you just refer to people
Yeah.
who are in unions as hacks?
I did.
Why would you do that?
To see if you'd get offended when I said it, because
Oh,
you, Jake Keener,
Sure.
employ writers
You have
to
to
write
have- you
for your
have to have-
paranormal show in which you claim to be
You-
presenting people the truth and be an expert
It is the
about
truth.
the supernatural and all of this
You
stuff.
have to employ writers in order to create the structure for your
Structure.
show, sir, which is something that you clearly do not have.
Shut up. The paranormal, by definition, is not structurable.
But we can attempt.
By its nature, it's not structurable.
attempt
You can't provide structure for this thing.
But we can attempt to structure it.
Yes, you can
we do this?
attempt to structure it, but you could do that, maybe,
Bro, we do.
without, quote-unquote, discovering an EVP on your show.
No.
And this really happened.
No.
An EVP in which the voice that you recorded, the ghostly voice that you recorded,
All of our EVPs
is
are real.
actually whispering a Papa John's promo code.
Dude, is this just slander at this point? Just baseless slander?
Here's a clip from your show. Can we roll the clip, please? Do we have... Okay. All right, here's a clip from Ghost Blazers.
Dude, that was totally it. That was totally it, dude. All the hairs on my arms are standing up right now.
At the same time that you heard it, I heard it also.
Out of nowhere, a shocking piece of evidence had suddenly come into play. While Kevin and I were doing EVP work with the ghost of Corporal Whitman's daughter who fell in the well, our devices very clearly captured the voice of a spirit.
So right there at about
3:02.
3 minutes and 2 seconds.
Yeah, it's right there.
Let's listen to that.
All right, it's right here.
Use promo code BLAZER for 15% off any purchase at Papa John's.
Oh my god.
This is absolutely phenomenal. This is the greatest evidence I think we've ever captured on this show.
Absolutely.
It was clear to us that the voice had said, "Use code BLAZERS for 15% off any purchase at Papa John's."
So how about it, Jake? Does that promo code still work? Can I still get
That was taken
15% off any
completely out of
purchase
context.
at Papa John's? Or
No.
do I have to be possessed?
Okay, for one,
to do that?
The promo code still works, by the way.
Sweet.
And furthermore, that was from a Halloween episode that was a special. That's not our regular show.
Oh, okay.
That's not how it normally...
You're saying that doesn't represent a
Not
standard
the usual
episode of your show.
Right, it's not a normal episode of our show.
Because in normal episodes of Ghost Blazers, you just shout the promo codes while you're deeply possessed
For the
by
1000th
the
time.
pepperoncini spirit.
You need to understand
garlic type
the
entity.
full context.
Wait. We have a call coming in from a self-proclaimed expert in demonology, and in fact, he claims to be a demon.
Oh, wow.
And his name is Todd Springle. Todd Springle, welcome to Toast to Toast.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you for having me, Mr. White.
My pleasure, I think.
Well, you might be mistaken on that count, but it's certainly my pleasure.
Sure. Okay, so Mr. Springle, you claim to be a demon.
That is correct. Mortally challenged, as you might say.
So to my understanding, a demon has a field of expertise, like each one has its own field of expertise.
Oh, yes.
Or whatever. Is there something that you're particularly good at?
Oh, absolutely. I'm responsible for the sudden outbursts of people who find themselves publicly ashamed or humiliated. Yes, I know it's very specific.
Do go on. Go on about that.
When you see, when the subject is attacked for being ridiculous,
Uh-huh.
I am directly responsible for making suggestions to the subject which will only make the situation worse.
So you must be a big fan of the internet then.
Oh, it's the greatest thing that's ever happened to me.
Okay, now my other guest here, Mr. Jake Keener from the television show Ghost Blazers,
Founder and lead investigator.
claims to have been possessed by demons on multiple
Well, I
occasions.
think that's interesting. That's what I wanted to talk about, actually. It's the reason that I don't negotiate with demons. I just need to make this very clear. I don't negotiate with demons.
Jake, nobody's negotiating anything with anyone
I'm not
at
going
this
to have...
point. Don't worry about it.
Negotiation is an interesting word. I wouldn't so much call it negotiation as I would, again, suggestion.
Okay, and Mr. Springle, do you have any suggestions for Jake Keener?
Actually, I do have a suggestion.
Wonderful.
Would you like to hear it?
Yeah.
I'm not listening to any of this. Mr. Keener, stop telling people that you've been possessed. You've never been possessed in your entire bleeding life. No, this is bullshit. What kind of show is this?
It's Toast to Toast, Jake.
Let me ask
What kind
you,
of...
sir, why would a demon need anything to do with you at all? I'm an expert. You're already a failure. Excuse me, bro. Only so many demons are capable of possessing anybody. And who are you? What are you, some kind of authority? Perhaps in this instance,
Well, he said he is a demon, Jake.
And you've never been possessed. I have been possessed 4 times. You've never been possessed flipping once. Not one time. One bloody time.
Bro, you could shut up. Anybody could call in on this show. Anybody. You could be anybody, dude.
In fact, listen.
Hold on, Jake.
Possessing you would actually be a hindrance
Ooh.
to the demon in question.
Oh, so we're just gonna trade insults now? That's...
Yeah. Make it worse now. Go
That
on.
makes for a perfectly good paranormal show, right? Just a bunch of people hurling insults at each other.
But at least that's real.
Yes, Mr. White, do you know what we're doing
Okay.
when Jake claims to be possessed
Okay.
by demons?
No.
We're standing there laughing our asses off at him.
Yeah, okay,
while
bro.
he thrashes about.
You could be
Like some sort of...
And I laugh at you.
Oh, shut up.
That's very...
He's flapping his arms around. He's choking people. We don't have to do anything.
Some lower level demon.
We don't have to lift a finger.
Okay, so I have a question for you, Mr. Skinnee White, which is
Okay.
by having this guy call in.
I didn't
and
have
attack
anything to
me,
do
which
with it.
clearly you've been attacking me.
No.
Or I thought that maybe that this was supposed to be a debate.
It was definitely going to be a debate.
If only he would stop chugging rip fuel.
I'm
before
all
every
natural.
episode, he might actually have something worth watching.
I am 100% all natural, and I work
No, I-
very hard to keep in shape
100
for my
100
show.
100%.
Okay, I have to present myself to the public, and I have to be in good shape when I do so.
100% all natural, except for when you're not. Except for when you're 80% all natural and then 20% possessed. Right?
Listen, you're right.
You got to work hard.
It takes quite a bit of physical prowess to present that you're being possessed by demons.
You think that you're making
on
a
live
joke?
Television.
What I would like to know is how any of this is contributing to the paranormal discussion.
Wow.
Jake, you're live on the air talking to at least a self-proclaimed demon.
He's absolutely dead.
Self-proclaimed.
Yes.
Self-proclaimed. Just because he says that he's a demon doesn't mean that he's an actual demon.
Well, that's a
You
good
don't
point,
want me to
and
prove it.
it's kind of similar to the point I'm trying to make, which is just because you claim
I already know where you're
to
going with
be
this.
at any given time
But you have to-
possessed by a ghost or demon or elemental
You have to
doesn't mean that you are in fact
It doesn't mean that I'm, in fact, possessed by a ghost or demon or elemental. I understand that.
right.
But what we're talking about are personal experiences, and those, you can't verify those scientifically on your show anyway.
No, that's absolutely right. That's my point.
But listen.
But when you sprinkle this stuff in there,
I don't-
it may appear that you're jazzing up
There's no
the
jazzing
material
up
so that
anything.
it's somehow more entertaining to viewers, which maybe it
But
is.
the viewer has to take my word for
maybe it is.
or not. Like they don't. I'm not demanding that they take my word for it. They could do with it whatever they want.
That's perfectly fair. That's correct. That's a valid point, Mr.
You
Keener.
know, if someone could call in and tell you a ghost story, it doesn't mean, just because they're saying it doesn't mean that it's true. And
right.
I understand that. But there are
you still here?
instances where some of the...
Are you still here, Mr. Springle?
I've got nothing but time.
Some of the evidence that we found has been truly phenomenal.
Can you give an example?
Maybe better than a lot of the evidence that a lot of other ghost programs claim to have.
But nobody can know whether that evidence was doctored or not because it's a television program. You pointed out that
it's up to them.
it's a
like I
personal
said.
thing. We kind of have to
Yes, it's personal.
experience these things ourselves. It's not necessarily going to sell anybody else on the idea of the supernatural.
When you work with the kind of technology that we're working with, which we're incorporating 5G...
I think you're breaking up, Mr. Keener.
Advanced technology.
Yeah, the advanced his technology's failing him.
With the blockchain can figure out this thing more definitively.
I can't figure out a word that you're saying. Mr. Springle, are you doing that?
I am.
Oh, come on.
Guilty as charged, Your Honor.
Oh, man. Mr. Springle, you've established that you're a bastard
Yes.
and a demon.
Putting in the hours, as they say. I'm on the clock.
Right. Yeah. But let's give Mr. Keener a fair shot here in defending himself and his program.
Yes. Of other technology, and that technology...
I think he should have a fair shot.
That technology costs a lot of money. So in a way, we're investing in, trying to prove the existence of life after death for our viewer.
Okay, so you bring up proving the existence of life after death.
Right.
And I'm not going to argue with that as being maybe a valid pursuit. It's one of the biggest questions we face.
Sure.
Right, as a living being.
Right.
However, let's say that you proved it. Let's say it was proven. What impact do you think that would have on society?
Well, it would give people comfort, I think, that this isn't your only time around, like this isn't the end. This isn't the end all be all. There's something after this.
Well, but there's a problem with that. Fundamentally,
what's the
that
problem?
might not only not give comfort to people watching, but also make them terrified of the afterlife, which is this. Okay. The implication then, if you proved it, the implication is that we'll all just be wandering around trying and often failing to communicate.
Not all the time.
Muscle-headed ghost bros toting recorders and laser grids and all kinds of other stuff.
You're starting to sound you sound cynical.
Or whispering promo codes for Papa John's into a flimsy Chinese digital recording device held in the ham fist of some television personality on Halloween.
You just sound cynical. You just sound like a cynic.
Oh, I sound cynical.
See, you have to get optimistic, Mr. White. Be an optimist.
I guess
There's nothing wrong with living an entire life with family and children and ups and downs and all these other things. There's nothing wrong with living an entire life, only for it to end. And then you have to watch while this idiot comes in and speaks with your grandchildren about how he can get in touch with you.
Yikes.
But halfway through the investigation, he can't even complete the damned thing because he's possessed suddenly by demons.
Right. Now, there he goes. He's possessed
and
again.
You have to stand there and take it. Yeah. You have to watch him doing this.
And it's on television as well.
Well, if it wasn't on television, he wouldn't be doing it.
Is that true, Kevin? Would you still be doing this if it wasn't on television?
Absolutely. 100%. I was already doing this before it was on television.
Is that what your publicist told you to
continue
say?
to do it, whether it was on television or not.
Is that what your publicist told you to say?
All right. Hold on.
Mr. White, I don't think that Mr. Springle is contributing at all. Todd Springle, whatever your name is. I don't think that he's contributing at all to the program anymore. I think honestly that he's just messing the conversation up.
Oh, because it was an absolute festival of intellect.
Quiet.
I already understood that I was going to be explaining myself in terms of my anger issues.
You knew what you were walking into.
Yes,
he's coming clean. He's admitting it.
Didn't know that I was walking into was to come here and find out that you were in league, apparently, with some sort of demon.
No.
You were both just going to attack
I'm
me.
not.
So doesn't that make you feel?
I can't.
Maybe kind of bad.
I can't choose
that you're.
That I'm what? I can't choose my callers.
I can't choose when I'm going to be possessed.
Oh,
while I'm doing a paranormal investigation. I don't have any choice in that either.
You said earlier.
He can't choose. It just happens. It just happens to him.
You said earlier, Mr. Keener, that you knew that you had anger issues.
Yes, that I understood that, and I knew what I was walking into, and I knew that you were going to want to talk about that.
That's right.
But I'm going to put you in the spotlight because you're currently tolerating the presence of a demon.
Oh, he's got you there. How about that? Explain that, Mr.
No, he does. He does have a point, Mr. Springle.
Who's the bastard now?
Even right now.
It is true that
you can't even see that he's pitting us against each other.
Maybe. No, you could be manipulating me too.
I don't think you understand.
You're trying to use the appearance of Todd Springle, a self-proclaimed real demon.
Who has never once possessed Kevin Keener from the show Ghost Blazers, ever.
No. I think I see it clearly now. How do I know?
You have to start using your brain.
Jake Keener, that you didn't have Todd Springle call into the show just so you could somehow prove the existence of demons,
the gears are ticking now.
Thereby justifying your claims that you are commonly possessed by them.
The wheels are spinning, you can hear it now.
Right, and simultaneously, you get to make me look like some kind of hack.
Do you feel like a hack?
Right, like I'm the cynic.
Do you feel like a cynic?
Oh, that's
He's
rich.
got a point there. Do you feel like a cynic?
No.
Are you maybe just some disturbed, aging millennial trying his hand at broadcasting, failing miserably?
So the dynamics have changed. If you're just tuning in, I'm Skinnee White, this is Toast to Toast, and I'm currently being attacked by paranormal investigator Jake Keener.
I'm not attacking anybody.
And self-proclaimed demon Todd Springle.
That's correct. Please and thank you.
We have a relevant advertisement, right, for our ad break. I'm going to get a sip of coffee real quick, and I'll be right back with, once again, Todd Springle and Jake Keener. I'll return shortly.
Some folks say they don't believe in the afterlife, and I say good on them. But if you die without experiencing Ghost Ranch's incredible jerky, that's reason enough to come back. Our ghost pepper-infused sweet honey barbecue flavor will have you sweating in a dark room and convinced you are being watched, just like a television ghost hunter. Ghost Ranch Jerky, because a ghost hunter shouldn't have to hunt for quality beef.
Hey kids, be a maverick. Now you can have a vest, a tie, and a gun like Brett and Bart's. The vest has bright gold buttons and says Maverick on it. It's fully bound and sturdy. And the gun is a full-size 45 caliber plastic six-shooter, real Maverick type. You get all three for only $1. Imagine, kids, only $1, plus the end from a box of Kaiser foil, any size box. And kids, Mama like Kaiser foil because it's quilted. It's extra strong to cook with, and it makes an extra tight seal, too. See? So, giddy up. Send for your Maverick vest, gun, and tie. Specify small or medium size for the vest. Send just $1 plus the end from a box of Kaiser foil, any size box. Send to Maverick, Hollywood 51, California. That's Maverick, Hollywood 51, California.
All right, we're back from our break. You're listening to Toast with Skinnee White. And once again, my guests are Jake Keener, host of the show Ghost Blazers, and Todd Springle, who claims to be a demon. Now, we began with my doubts in Mr. Keener's claims that he has been possessed multiple times by demons on his paranormal show, Ghost Blazers. And while Mr. Keener and I were discussing this, we got a call from an individual claiming to be a demon named Todd Springle, who is, of course, now on the line with Mr. Keener and myself.
Very good.
So here we are.
And I was saying that by having a demon on your show that you're not maintaining values that you claim to have.
I understand that. And I'm saying, Mr. Keener, that you are trying to deflect.
That's just what he wants you to think.
Because your own claims of possession... Wait, what did you just say?
I said,
a second ago?
I said that that's just what Todd Springle wants you to think.
Right. So you, Mr. Keener, think that the call-in demon is playing us against each other.
That's exactly what I think. And I would know because, again, I have experience in this kind of thing. Maybe you should take me seriously for a minute.
He knows what he's talking about, Mr. White. He's a man from Hollywood, after all.
Actually, I'm originally from South Bend, Indiana. And if you were a real demon, then you would know that.
You know what?
Oh.
You know what?
Ooh.
And you would also know that there's something called a sense of humor.
He's got you, Todd.
And that, obviously, demons have
No.
something which you don't have.
I think that Mr. Keener's onto something here. He is. He's using his brain. We're all using our brains. He's using his brain.
I have experience in this. I don't know why you wouldn't trust another paranormal investigator.
I'm not a paranormal investigator. I'm a paranormal researcher and a talking head.
Go on.
That's what I am. I don't claim to be more than what I am.
But you could make.
You see.
But if you could be more forgiving of the fact that my show has to be extremely sensational in order to generate income, then I could forgive you for the fact that your show also has to be extremely sensational in order to generate income.
Yeah.
Don't listen.
Well, I mean, you've got a point.
Don't listen to it.
You make a fine point there, Mr. Keener.
Don't listen to him, Skinny. He's trying to win you over.
Be gone, demon.
Well,
he's playing you right into his hands.
Be gone, demon.
He has his points.
Be gone. I hereby command you to leave this radio broadcast.
You think that works? Is that what you do?
Going to listen to anything.
Be gone, demon. That's what gets the demon to leave, isn't it?
I don't know the rules.
You're an authority.
But he just made me an offer I couldn't refuse. Todd Springle.
Oh, all of a sudden he's vetoed.
No. Listen, he made me...
Be gone, demon.
Listen, he asked for my forgiveness.
I did.
And that in exchange he would forgive me. In other words, he asked that we forgive each other.
That's correct.
And for what, I don't know, but it's effective.
Because I have a show to run, and you have a show to run, Mr. White. And just because we may not see eye to eye on everything doesn't mean that we shouldn't be civil to each other.
Oh, come on.
Damn it!
No, look at what he's doing.
Oh,
look
man.
at what he's doing. He's a worse manipulator than I am.
Shut up.
I
It
may
puts
have-
me in a weird spot. I'm in a
I may
weird
have
spot.
been possessed a number of times in my life.
That I don't believe that.
It doesn't mean that I can't be a friend. That I don't know how to be a good friend.
I don't think I've ever seen this method before in an honest debate.
Just be my
Notice I said
friend.
honest debate.
Let's just be friends, Skinnee.
Be gone,
Come on,
demon.
let's just stop everything and be
Listen,
friends.
that's not a bad way to end a conflict, though, Mr.
Oh,
Springle.
it's rotting, childish.
Maybe that's
it's childish is what it is.
But maybe that's okay. That's what works about it.
Yeah, I give up. I'm kind of my show is sensational and everything really is geared towards just maintaining viewership and being sensational and being entertaining, and I admit it. And I have anger issues, and sometimes I blame it on demonic possession or ghost possession. But maybe it is those things, you know?
It isn't.
I mean, it could be,
No.
but that doesn't matter. I don't want to fight anymore. I have nothing to defend. I am who I am.
Wow.
You're gonna take that, Skinnee.
Wow. Yeah, I'll take it.
That's
I'll take it. I'm sure my listeners will as well.
Thank
You're
you.
both
You can't really argue with that.
you absolute sodding
You can't.
clown.
No. Yeah, sure. I am a clown.
Unbelievable.
My name is Skinnee White, and my show is completely ridiculous, and I am a clown.
It's okay.
And it has to be sensational in order to be effective.
That's showbiz.
And thank you, Jake Keener of Ghost Blazers, for showing me that maybe at the end of the day, that's okay.
Yeah, well, thank you for understanding my side of things.
If either of you think that this is going to make me leave,
Yeah, maybe.
then you're absolutely wrong. I've been around the block for a long time.
It might, okay, whatever you say, man. But listen, Todd Springle.
Clearly, I was the most entertaining part
No,
of the
you're
show.
nothing.
The entire time.
No,
I
you
kept
weren't.
things alive.
You're nothing.
No, Jake, I know how to get him out of here.
Okay.
Check this out. Todd Springle claims to be
A
an
demon.
expert in being a demon.
That's
I'm
right.
an expert in being a downer.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
shut
you claim to be an expert in ghost hunting,
Yeah,
paranormal investigation.
yeah, and that's okay.
And I am an expert in being a really annoying musician.
Oh, that's an understatement. Go put out another Halloween record.
I might.
Why don't you?
Okay. And maybe I will, but you know what's going to get you out of here, Todd Springle, self-proclaimed demon?
I can get him out of here.
No, you can't, Jake.
No, he can't.
No, but I can. I can. Here, listen to this. It's my new single. It's called Maybe I Should Start Again.
Oh, God.
I just want to know, 'cause I've been wondering, I've been thinking, feeling like I don't know why. There's something on my mind, I just want to tell you right now, maybe I should start again, something on my mind. Whoa, something on my mind. Yeah. Oh, don't know if I should say. Maybe it's nothing. Never mind, it's probably something cool. Don't know if I should say. Well, I just want to tell you right now. Well, maybe I should start again. Something on my mind. Whoa, something on my mind. Something on my mind. Ooh, yeah. I just want to tell you right now. Maybe I should start again. Something on my mind. Oh, yeah, something on my mind.
Is he gone? We're back. Is he gone?
Yeah, he left like in the first 10 seconds or something, along with most of your listeners also.
Well, we've had an adventure, haven't we? Jake Keener from Ghost Blazers.
We did, thank you. I'm glad that we could see eye to eye now, Skinnee White from Mysteries from Behind the Beyond.
Yeah, it only took for us to fight a demon.
Yeah, demons are
ultimately.
bad. Demons are bad.
Demons are bad. And with that, I'm going to close out this particular installment of Toast to Toast. And see you guys soon. Next weekend, maybe. Who knows? We do these whenever we want to. And if you suddenly find yourself a fan of Jake Keener and the Ghost Blazers, please let me know in the comments. And to quote the late, great Dr. Franklin Rule,
May the power of the universe be with you.